Well, good morning, everyone, and thank you again for taking the time this morning to join this breakfast call. I would like to start this call today with some good news. And I think that most of you are aware that we faced some issues with our inventory the last couple of weeks. And yeah, I want to share some good news. But first, I want to mention that we've never seen this before. And we would like to sincerely apologize for the inconvenience it might have caused. Just to let you know that we had several conversations with our logistics department in the US and also with our COO, Scott Alderett. And unfortunately, there was nothing we could do to speed things up, or at least not from the shipments that were supposed to come from the US to our warehouse in Europe. What we were able to do is to ship some products from our warehouse in the UK to our warehouse in the Netherlands to get some back orders out quicker. But in the end, we were waiting for shipments to arrive from the US. And Scott mentioned that in his 30 years working in logistics, he never seen a situation quite like this one. But the good news is that the last couple of days, many shipments arrived in our warehouse. So we were able to clear all back orders. So if you haven't received your order just yet, you will get it in the next couple of days. But I'm pretty sure that most of you have already received it. And also, just to give you an idea, is that the shipments that came in and that will come in over the next couple of days, they will have enough stock to last for the rest of the year, or at least for ASEA water. So don't worry about that. We will not see this issue again this year, but thank you for your patience. Unfortunately, it was out of our control. But I would like to stay with the good news. And yeah, you can already see her. We have a wonderful guest today, Christina Williams, who will be talking to you later on. But before I hand over the time to her, I would like you to ask you to help me congratulate two very special associates. I just checked the participant list and I see that they are on the call as well. But since the last breakfast call we had, there are two new diamonds. So this is, of course, a fantastic achievement. So please give it up and help me congratulate Bodil and Leif from Norway, and also Janos and Livia Perici from Switzerland. They did an amazing job. They pushed and kept on going, and they reached the level of diamonds. Two very different stories. Bodil and Leif have been with us for quite some time, I think 8 years. And they were at the platinum level for quite some time, and they made the decision that it's time for them to move on. They gathered their team, worked really, really hard for the last couple of months, and they were able to make it to the diamond level. So congratulations, Bodil and Leif. And for Janos, different story. I think that he joined ASEA slightly over 2 years ago, is building a stable business ever since. Has a lot of experience in network marketing, where he worked with Zoltan and Annette before in a different marketing company, but now also with ASEA. And he's been pushing, building teams, not just in Switzerland, but also in other countries, and made it to Diamond last week. So congratulations to you. They will not be speaking today. I have invited Bodil and Leif to be one of our guest speakers on our next recognition call. So for the ones that don't know, this month we started our first ASEA Europe recognition call. This will be a monthly call that we will be hosting every first Thursday of the month. And in this call, we will, of course, recognize the people that rank advanced, the top enrollers of the month, all fast forward achievers. And starting this month, we will also pay a bit of attention to new EMP earners. So with this, I mean people or associates that opened up a new EMP pool, and we will also recognize the new joiners that were able to earn a director bonus. So the associates that were able to reach the rank of director within the first 14 days after they started their business. And as mentioned, Bodil and Light will be one of our guest speakers. And we probably have one or two other guest speakers. And I'm very much looking forward to seeing you there. So now up over to our main act of today. And Christina, I have to apologize for the picture. It's a bit spreaded. I tried to do my best.
Need to lose pounds.
Luckily, you have your camera on. So I think that Christina doesn't need an introduction. She is a very well-known associate. She's very committed to ASEA. And yeah, actually, she's back by popular demand. Christina hosted one of her breakfast calls, I think, a year or a year and a half ago before. But I know that a lot of associates from Europe follow you. They read everything you write. You're a wonderful writer, and it's my pleasure to have you on this call. And yes, well, for everyone, I asked Christina to talk about the 10 things I wish I'd known about network marketing before I got started. This is a 10-part newsletter series or blog series, if I'm not mistaken, that Christina wrote over the last let's say year or so. And I know that a lot of people like this. I've seen her stories translated in different languages as well. So I think this is very important information and a great story as well. So Christina, the Zoom room is yours.
Well, thank you so much for having me. Please let me know, I don't want to speak too long or anything, so do give me a little bit of a heads up if I'm going on, but I'm very, very passionate about this topic. This is a blog that I wrote in my newsletter. For those of you that don't know me, I'm in Australia. My background when I got into ASEA was in 2017. At the time, I was a single mum. I had already had some success in network marketing in my 20s. And then it had just all crumbled. You know, not every company is built equally. Not every company has the same legacy vision, the same ethics. And so I think it's fair to say that I was quite resistant to going back into network marketing. But at the same time, I'd spent a decade juggling jobs. I had gone into the corporate world. I was working long hours. I didn't like that one bit. My children were stuck in daycare. You know, I was 6 o'clock in the morning, coming back at 6 o'clock at night. As I said, I had the 4 boys on my own. So, you know, it's expensive. It's school shoes and soccer memberships and trying to take a yearly vacation. I remember actively thinking, just because I'm a single mum doesn't mean I want to stay poor. I don't want to be poor forever. I don't want that curse. I refuse that. I was always looking for an opportunity. So I went from the corporate world. I became a consultant. That was scary because it was just constantly juggling clients, and sometimes I had too many and sometimes I didn't have one. I decided to try and work small jobs from home. So I did some copywriting, I did some creative work in the film industry, and that was up and down. I tried everything from working at a bookshop to waitressing. At one time I had 3 jobs. I think what I can tell you from my decade in the wilderness is that not everybody wants to build a network marketing business, but everybody wants the results. Everybody wants the result. Now, I say to my children, people ask themselves the wrong questions. When we're trying to bring somebody into the business, or when we're evaluating, you know, should I build this business? The questions we ask are generally, would I like to build this business? Would I like to cold call people? Would I like to talk to prospects? Would I like to have less time to relax? Would I like to invest some of my money? Would I like to spend effort into learning new things? I can already tell you the answer to all those things is no. You're busy. You don't need another business. You don't need more stuff to do. I mean, if I had a choice between should I start a new business or would I prefer to be having margaritas in Mexico, I would pick Mexico. You know, nobody goes into a business because they haven't got enough to do. We go into a business because we want the results. And so the question we need to ask when we're getting started or when we're getting other people started isn't would I like to do this, is why would I want to do this? What are the results that this could bring me? How could this change my life in a profound way that nothing else can give me? Now, we already know that the ASEA business can generate a six-figure income, and I'm not making promises. These are company stats. The average time to diamond is 21 months. The average published income for a diamond is $15,600 US. I would love somebody to show me a list of things that you can do in 21 months to generate that kind of cash flow. I would love to know from zero, with no education, with no investment, with no assistance, how else can you generate that package? The reality is that the network marketing package is an incredible offer for anybody. And the ASEA package is an even better offer than anything else on the market right now. Not all companies are created equal. And we have with ASEA the only company that has a genuine, free of competition breakthrough, a genuine advancement. We have on our hands something that we don't need to get into a punch up with other people trying to promote a different juice or look at my cool new pepper shaker. This is the best pepper you've ever had. You know, oh no, but mine has extra antioxidants. Well, mine's got a really cool bottle. I was not interested in having to flap around in a busy pond. I got engaged with ASEA because I already knew that the network marketing promise is the most straight line for somebody like myself, a single mom with nothing, to go and live an extraordinary lifestyle. But when I saw ASEA, I realized that this was an extraordinary company. So not only was it in the right industry, it was the best company in that industry. And I know that's not the topic of today, but I really want to kick off by giving tribute to this company that we work with, to paying respect to the vision of Vertus Norton and all the leaders that work tirelessly at ASEA to make this opportunity possible for us. This has changed my family's life. This has changed the way that my children are growing up. It's changed the course of their futures because we've been able to put them through different education, give them world experiences that were inaccessible to us. They've been able to see the rising of somebody who was out, who was down, who was bankrupt, like their father and their mother, and how you can create from nothing an empire. So respect to what we have on our hands and tribute, because there is only one worse thing than missing an opportunity and not having an opportunity. And the worst thing is having that opportunity, knowing about the opportunity and not using the opportunity. That's even more of a tragedy. So if you're like I was, where you're just, ready to go, I'm engaged, I want to do this, I need to do this, but at the same time, I've got no idea how to do this. You might be hungry for some of the shortcuts. And that's what this blog series was about. And if you're interested in reading it, I've actually sat it all on one page. It's www.redox-revolution.com/10-things. I'm just going to copy it onto the chat. I think I'll do that, right? But if you want to read the articles, they're all there. And basically, I spent a long time building my first company, and things went a lot faster with ASEA, not only because it's a much better company, it's a fantastic place, as I just said, to build a business, but also because I had learned a few things. And so this blog, my aim is really, when I wrote it, it's kind of just 10 things that I wish I knew from the very, very beginning, because they would save me time. And if you'll notice, the 10 things that I wish I knew, none of them were, I wish I knew how to explain redox better, or I wish I really understood the compensation plan in more detail. They're not how-tos. The things that take us forward are not how to. The question that we must unlock isn't, what do I need to do? The question we must unlock in order to have success is, who do I need to become? Not what do I need to do, who do I need to become? And in this blog, every single article is actually about mindset. Now, I really just want to go in very quick form through those 10 points. Ranger, do I have time? Yes?
Yes, definitely. You have at least another half an hour if you'd like.
Oh, okay. I won't take that long for sure, but we'll get through them then. Okay, don't worry, guys. I'm not going to hold you up that long. But if you give me 20 minutes, I can go through exactly what these 10 things that I wish I'd known that you now have in your hands. And please, these are the things we need to be talking to people when we get them started. We have so much information. And sometimes we give people too much information. You know, I remember getting people started and sending them 70 links on redox and the mitochondria, and because I'm a science nerd, that's my background. I studied science. So the stuff that excites me actually doesn't move someone forward. It's just interesting. Doesn't move anyone forward. So the information that helps us position people into a winning pathway is all about mindset, not the how to, but the why to. So the first thing I wish I'd known about network marketing when I first got started was that it works. That's the first thing I wish I'd known, because I spent so much time. I mean, I already knew that the industry was robust, but let me give you a few of the statistics of what's currently happening. This is a true profession. The industry turns over nearly $200 billion a year. $200 billion a year. The average income of a full-time networking marketing professional in the United States is nearly $100,000 per year. That is the top level professional. In America, over the last 10 years, approximately 800 billion was paid out in commissions. I mean, when somebody has a personal opinion about this, I kind of chuckle, because I say, well, that train has already left. If they say, I don't know if this kind of business will work, I say, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know if you heard, it already did. It already did. It's one of the biggest industries. It's bigger than the music industry, bigger than the NFL. So it already works. You've just got to decide if you want to work it. But the business model is really not up for trial. Neither is ASEA. ASEA is not on trial. Look at the growth of this company over the last 10 years. Look at, even through a pandemic, this company grew, where most companies were letting people go and shrinking their premises. ASEA was putting on staff. You know, it has been an incredible first 10 years for this company, and you only need to look at the associates at the high ranks. I remember when I went Diamond, in my first company, you know, it was like, I don't think there'd been a Diamond in 5 years. It was like this massive thing. The year I went Diamond in ASEA, I was in the back of the queue. There were that many diamonds just crossing stage. You know, like no one could even, we didn't even get a microphone. There's no time for that. Too many diamonds. You know, the six-figure income in ASEA is accessible. They didn't print out a limited number of diamond pins. Am I wrong on that? I don't think there's a limit on them, right? There's an abundance. There's room for you at Diamond. So the first thing I want to tell you is it works. Relax. Don't act like it's on trial. It's not. The product works. The opportunity works. You've just got to learn the pathway, but it already works. This is not an experiment. Number two, it's a business, not a job. And I wish I had really known this, because there is a huge difference in the mentality with which we approach a business like this. If we understand that we are the entrepreneur, we're in charge. Sure, we have a partner with ASEA, but Tyler Norton, who's a dear friend, is not my boss. The reason I get up and build my business, I mean, I do love the Norton family, but the reason I wake up and build my business is for my children. It's for my husband. It's for me, because it's our business. We are in partnership. And because it's a $40 registration, it's very easy to forget that what you do have are the keys to a global business. Think about it this way. Imagine if you wanted to do this on your own. You would have to invest millions of dollars of research, the legals, the logistics. I mean, I only had a little business in Brisbane before. It was already a nightmare to manage. Imagine if you went out and set up a business across 34 countries, the packaging, the marketing, the fabrication, the manufacturing, sorry. Imagine you had to invest all those millions of dollars and all those dozens of years. And finally, you arrive when it's all done and someone walks into your house and says, "Thank you so much. I'd like the keys to your business. Give them to me for $40. I'd get out of my house. Like, you don't know, the sweat, blood, and tears. But that's what you do when you step into the ASEA opportunity. You get all of that. You get all of that for $40 US. But don't be confused. It is still a business, a global business that you have. You just didn't have to set it up. You get to step into the day where you can be profitable tomorrow. So it is a huge advantage not to be treated like a job. If you had been the person investing all of that and putting all those sweat and tears, you would treat this differently. So remember what you have in your hands. You are the entrepreneur. You just came a little bit late to the party. You didn't have to do all the building. Now you can do all the profit, right? You get to share profits, even though you didn't have to share in the building. It's a privileged position. Don't take it for granted. Number three, you don't have to prospect your family and friends. To me, I find this one really crazy, because if someone says, "Do I have to prospect my family and friends?" I giggle, I laugh, and I say, "Oh, you don't really know what the product is yet. You haven't really understood what the product is." I'm like, "What?" "Oh, no, because if you knew, you couldn't hold back from telling your family and friends." The fact that you're telling me, "Do I have to tell my family and friends?" means you haven't understood yet. That's okay. I know it took me a while. But if you understood what this can do for you, if you understood how impactful this is for your health, for your family's protection, you would want to talk to them first, not last. Are you kidding me? You would want to talk to them first. So I say to people, no, you don't have to talk to your family and friends, but why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? If you were driving home at night and you saw in the corner a field of gold and wow, I've stumbled across a gold mine. Who were you driving home? Would you be thinking, "Oh, do I have to tell my family and friends about this?" No, you'd be calling them in the car on the way there. Now, the other part of that is you don't just get to tell your family and friends, you get to tell other people. Because guess what? The world is facing two really gigantic issues right now. Number one, there is a big health crisis. And I'm not talking about COVID. There was a health crisis before. People are dying a lot younger. They're having a lot more issues. We have a health crisis on our hands right now. Excuse me, that's Malcolm. We have a health crisis. But the other crisis that we have is an economic crisis. There's so many families who would love desperately to find a way to make an extra $500, an extra $1,000 a month, a week. You could change their world. So why wouldn't you tell more people about it? So that's number 3. When you get this spirit, when you understood what you're actually offering, you would understand that it's selfish not to pass on this gift. Sorry, that's how I feel. Number 4, objections are not a dead end, but a doorway. I'm going to keep moving along quickly. Objections are not a dead end, but a doorway. I see objections as a pathway. They're there to teach you the next thing that is going to get you closer to your goal and to your outcome. So for example, oh, I don't have anybody to contact. That could be an obstacle, or it could be a pathway. Okay, great, because if I learn to contact new people, then the pathway is clear for me to have an indefinite number of contacts and people to talk to. So the objection is actually the lesson. Look at the barrier and say, that is not a full stop. That is actually the lesson package. It's like my next tutorial towards being a multimillionaire. Part 5, you need to have a system or be the system. You've all got incredible leaders. I love your leaders in Europe. I love your leaders in Europe. We have such good friends there, and everybody has slightly different systems that they're using. And by systems, I mean, you have events happening every week, you have materials, you have tools, you have webinars, you have getting started platforms. Now, they're only useful if you use them. They're only useful if you use them. So make sure you utilize, as Tyler Norton says, squeeze the orange. Make sure you're using your resources. Otherwise, you'll be the only resource. And then your growth is limited. Number 6, don't stress about leading thousands. Learn to lead yourself. This was a big one for me, because as a single mom with no money, with no reputation and nothing, I really did think to myself, who would ever listen to me? Who's going to follow me? I have nothing to show, and then I realized that it's not my job to impress anybody else. I want to go to bed and I want to have impressed myself. I need to have impressed myself. So my job is to learn to lead me. I need to have my daily targets, not daily targets for other people. If I know how many people I need to reach out to every day, if I know how many books I need to read every month, if I know how many times I need to counsel with my upline, the most important goals are the ones I'm setting for me. And let me tell you right now, if you don't have goals, then you'll feel successful when you do nothing. Let me sink that in. If I don't have a daily target of how many people I want to share ASEA with, then when I go to bed and I've done nothing, I feel good because I hit my target of nothing. Does that make sense? We need goals, and you only need to focus on what those goals are for you. Lead yourself and you will lead thousands. Number 7, a goal without a plan is only a wish. It's exactly what I was already talking about. Yes, it's wonderful to dream about owning, an amazing castle and traveling the world. It's wonderful. But then you need to take that goal and turn it into a daily strategy. What are you going to do today to move forward? Because otherwise, you can still have that goal in 30 years and you can be visualizing that you'll have it one day. And the message you're sending to yourself is that you're on track because you're still dreaming about it in the future tense. When you start planning something, it's happening. It's like if I say to my kids, we're going to go to Disneyland. No one gets excited. Once I get the brochures and we set the date and we figure out how much money we need and which days we're going to go and which parks we're going to see, now it's a reality. People spend more time planning a holiday than they spend planning their financial future. I encourage you to sit down with yourself like it was Disneyland. Where are you going to go? Who do you want to take? Plan your life with detail, with color, with excitement, with conviction. And now your goal isn't just a wish, but it starts to form into a plan. Number 8, stop reaching for perfection and embrace progress. You are inside your apprenticeship. If you're still going diamond, you're still inside your apprenticeship. The thing is, you're getting paid as you're learning. So congratulations. It's the only, it's the only place you're going to get paid to learn. But don't expect perfection. You know, when I first started working my business in France, I remember Mijo said to me, could you come do some meeting? And my French was pretty bad, and it's better now because I speak so much. But at the time, I remember hearing myself about to say, no, I'm sorry, I can't do a meeting in French. I barely know how to do a meeting in English. And then I said to myself, that's the old Christina. Christina who stays broke is the Christina who's always saying no, who's always too scared to make mistakes. So I need to answer like a different person because I don't want to stay in the same place. So I bravely said, sure, I can do that. My brain's like, you know, punching me going, what have you done to us? You know, but I got used to stretching even when I knew I was going to make mistakes. And I continue to do that because that is the refinement. When you are making mistakes is when you're growing. Number 9, the results go to the dreamers. Don't be afraid to dream big. Look around you. You don't have to be shy about your own future. This isn't a dress rehearsal. You are the star of your own film. And the day that you registered and you got your ASEA ID, you got a ticket. You got to look at that number like a lottery ticket, except you control the outcome. It isn't by chance, it is by choice that you use that lottery ticket to design the life that you want. And the last thing, and I will finish with this, is that the keys are all locked inside. And by that, I mean, when we start building a business, a lot of the times we ask ourselves, oh, you know, what do I need to learn? What do I need to do? And as I said at the beginning, the question is, who do I need to become? Because it's not PV as in point value, it's personal value. You'll make the money, the points will grow when you grow, because it's a people business, not a molecule business. The more you offer, the more conviction you bring, the more belief, the more empowerment. People grow themselves and then they grow people. So if you want to unlock everything that you're destined to do, both in and out of ASEA, it's going to come by a decision to grow. And I'm going to leave you with this little story. I take my sons out into once a week. I used to do it when they were little and do like a little lesson with them. 4 boys. And one day we went to a construction site and I took a brick and then we put it in the middle of the forest and we stood around and I said, let's watch the brick and see if it becomes a wall. And, you know, my 4 boys are looking at me like, oh gosh, she's gone crazy now. I said, no, maybe if we wait an hour, it'll become a wall. I said, no, Mum, you're crazy. What are we doing? It's cold. Let's go. I said, well, what if we come back in a week? Maybe it will be a house. Maybe if we just give it more time, it will become a house. They're saying, no, it's not going to become anything. What if we gave it a year? Could it become a cathedral? And they looked at me and said, no, it's not going to do anything. And I said, exactly. And here's my point. Time alone changes nothing. Growth is a deliberate decision. Don't think you're going to grow just because you're in. You're going to grow because every day you make a choice to add bricks to your cathedral. Whether those bricks are books, contacts, events, what are the bricks that you are adding towards the building of your cathedral? Time alone changes nothing. I'm sure you've met plenty of 50-year-old men that stopped growing at 13 and women. Growth, evolution, direction is a choice. And you have a fantastic platform here. You're part of a sensational team, and this business will push you to grow. And fantastic, congratulations, because you're on a pathway to becoming a better version of you. I'm excited to meet Christina in 10 years. I want to be proud of who I've become. And I'm excited to meet every one of you when we go to Europe next year. I know that there's so much happening in Europe. The world is watching you guys. You're tearing it up. You're exploding. So thank you so much for having me on your morning call.
Thank you, Christina. This was wonderful. I love it. You say that all these 10 things are focused on mindset, and of course Of course they are, but the way you translate that to practical tips, it's amazing. I love the fact that you talk about personal growth. I think this is one of the things that makes us ASEA special, with our culture and ethos that's very much focused on personal development. And you're absolutely right. What is holding you back? It's yourself. If you stay in your comfort zone, you're not progressing. You need to grow in order to grow your business. And a wonderful message. I will read through your 10 blogs again, because you can go very, very fast, but thank you so much. And I hope to see you soon.
I really appreciate it. I really consider it a huge honor to come and speak to these incredible teams that you have in Europe.
Thank you so much. And have a wonderful day and week. And like I said, I hope to see you soon, but I know that will happen. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So, couple more things. I will not keep you at this call for a lot longer, but I still want to touch base on a couple of things that are running. So promotions, incentives, and meetings. Well, we all know that we have the Directors Rise running at the moment, and actually we have a lot of associates who rank advanced to Director 300 or Director 700 the last 2 weeks, and are therefore eligible to participate in this incentive. The actual number is actually 72. I just looked it up this morning because the rank advancement reports came in, and well, this is a great success. And we have still 2 more weeks in which you can rank advance to have a chance to earn $250 or $500. And what I also want to mention, because there might be some misunderstanding here, because we already saw that some people, some associates, they went from director directly to Director 700. But this also means that you, not just that you rank advanced to Director 700, but technically you also rank advanced to Director 300. This means that you are eligible to participate in both parts of the incentive. So either Director 300 or Director 700, which means that, okay, you rank advanced to Director 700 from Director, let's say last week, you now have 4 weeks time to reach either Director 700 twice or Director 300 twice. So it doesn't mean that you can only go for the big bonus of 500. No, if you now qualify Director 300 twice in the upcoming 4 weeks, you will also receive the bonus. So I wanted to make that clear. And yeah, I think this is going really well. I really appreciate each and every one of you who is promoting this incentive. It's a completely new one. It's a different take. But just want to remind you, or from my experience, I know that these Director 300 and Director 700 legs or associates, this is a really important step in your business. These we actually see, and this is some information that came to me a couple of weeks ago, is that actually more than 50% of all global enrollments come from Director 300s and Director 700s. So these are really active associates. So please help your team to reach this level and continue to work with this incentive, because it's a really nice additional bonus that comes on top of the normal benefits from reaching these ranks and the normal commissions. So please go ahead. It's going really well, and thank you for this. The other incentive we have running is, of course, the Desert Rose 2021 incentive. And if you go online to your VO now, the widget that we have is updated. We are currently 9 weeks into the qualification period, and I just looked this morning that there are 84 associates on track to qualify. So this is great news. Another incentive that it's really important to work closely together with your team You're not doing it yourself. This incentive is focused on personal group volume, 3 levels down. So people that you are most likely in close contact with. So try to work together, see who can still qualify for this incentive. Like I said, we're 9 weeks in. This also means that there are 15 weeks still to go. What we will also do is when we're halfway through the qualification period, so 12 weeks in, we will also send out some targeted communication to everyone on track to make them aware that, hey, you are on track. Please continue to do this great work and you will qualify. But we will also reach out to people that are maybe slightly behind on track to make them aware that they still have very good chances to qualify. Yeah, just to do a bit of extra work from our side to get everyone motivated to qualify for this one. If you want to know more about this, please go to your VO or the library. There are flyers, there are PowerPoint presentations available for this incentive. Or of course, reach out to your upline. Yeah, the last thing is my colleague Natalia. She wanted me to share this information with you. Last year, we did business foundation trainings in, I think it was French and in English, and Shaolin also did it in Mandarin. But Natalia is now doing weekly business foundation trainings in Russian. So if you have Russian speakers on your team, excuse me, or Russian prospects, please make sure that you share this information with them. So weekly calls every Thursday at 9 p.m. in the evening. It's a Zoom meeting. So the 4 topics that will be discussed is the network marketing industry in general, the ASEA compensation plan, the keys of success in a multi-level marketing business, and also a tutorial or a training on the ASEA virtual office. So available in Russian once a week. So please share this with your team that speak Russian. And also I wanted to make you aware of the social media profiles that Natalia is hosting. She's active on Facebook, Instagram, and something I'm not very familiar with or can't pronounce, but if you speak Russian, you probably can. So have a look at that as well. And then before I will end this call, I would also like to introduce you to a couple of new team members that we have here in the Munich office. So 3 new colleagues, starting with Josefina. She is our new marketing localization coordinator, which means that she makes sure that when we have news or we have new documents or we send out a newsletter, that it is translated in the right languages. So she is coordinating this. Yeah, some personal information about Josefina. She moved to Munich 6 years ago, and she from her hometown Bucharest, because she wanted to study here. She studied a master's in linguistics, and I think she speaks like 6 or 7 languages. So a very important skill to have when you are in charge of translations. So she has a passion for foreign languages, and it's also one of the reasons why she's here at ASEA, because as a localization manager, she's dealing with 18 different languages here in Europe on a regular basis. Then our next new colleague is Joanne. Joanne is part of our back office team. She's supporting Shaolin to support the Chinese speaking communities in Europe, but she's also part of the back office team. So supporting the sales teams with the reporting, she's helping out with the recognition process and many more things. Joanne is originally from Taiwan, and she came to Munich in 2019, to study. She wanted me to tell you that don't be shy to reach out to her if you have any questions. And yeah, she started recently, so she's still learning a lot, but she's really a great addition to the team. A lot of experience already in similar functions, and so I'm really pleased to have her. And then last but not least is Juan. Juan is our new graphic designer, and he's from Colombia. And he also moved to Munich in 2019 to pursue a master's degree in media and communication. And yeah, he actually started a few weeks ago. But he enjoys very much working in editorial projects. And this is also where he has a lot of professional experience back in Colombia. But he's happy to be here. So all the images and all the documents that we put online, Juan makes sure that they look really nice. Just wanted to share this with you. We have a very international team, as you can see here, 3 new people from 3 different countries. I think our team is 15 people strong, and I think from 12 different countries, or 12 different nationalities. So really international team. This helps because in Europe, where we're open in 22 markets, so to have a lot of cultural differences within the team helps here as well when we make decisions that hopefully support you to move forward as well. Thank you so much again, Christina. Thank you so much for joining and sharing your blogs with our European associates. Again, congratulations to Live and Bodil for reaching Diamond, as well as for Livia and Janos for reaching Diamond as well. Have a great week. Hope to see you next time, or even better, I hope to see you at our next recognition call, which will be on June 3rd. Thursday at 12 p.m. Central European Standard Time. Thank you so much. Have a great day. All the best.